You know, your brain is just like, I don't care, I'm gonna just translate it, I don't care. Hi guys, my name is Yana and I have so much to tell you guys. Like, literally I'm gonna be so excited for this one. Basically today's video is all about translation and just like why you shouldn't even do this for a long period of time, because that actually harming your language. Well, actually that's an exception when you're just learning, just like started learning, you know, you're a beginner, you're just starting out. That's totally fine to do that. But if you're just on your intermediate level or maybe you're advanced, that's totally harming your speech, and you just get stuck on just simple things just because you're thinking over a word that you don't remember the translation. Is like the whole vicious cycle, and you just don't want to like stuck there. So I'm gonna be providing you examples of how you can actually improve your speech and break this habit, because it's just no good. Now, before we start, I really want you guys to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That would mean so much to me. Thank you so much in advance. So, okay, so let's start with our first tip. So I've already touched why the translation is bad for you, and it's just like makes your mind just like frozen and stuck. And that's totally what you should be feeling if you're doing this over and over again, and you're not just starting out, you're just, you know, an intermediate student, and you're just like, I need to stop this and I don't know how to do this. And yeah, it's really hard to get out, because you need a lot of time to actually break from this habit. So at least like 30 days would be like enough to like actually start out your journey. But you should definitely do this for more than 30 days. Like, actually like try and like not let yourself to translate so much. It might take a month, it might take actually a year, but it's definitely worth it. And you're just gonna be like really like your speech is like really gonna like advance from that time. You're just gonna be like becoming more fluent every single day. Like, you're really gonna see the results. Now, another thing that I hadn't really talked about is the cultures in every single language, and that it's nearly impossible to like accurately describe and like translate like, for example, humor or idioms, because it's just like so precise in every single language, and it has its own hidden meaning, and it just like makes no sense to like translate that. So yeah, I mean, if you're a professional translator, it definitely just what you do for a living. But like, if it's not, and you're just like want to speak fluently in your target language, that's definitely not necessarily to do, you know. So let's actually get to the things that you can do to actually make your speech more fluent. So let's start with the time, you know, with the time schedule, and like how much time you should spend to actually start feeling the difference. So I think that you should actually spend no more than 30 days, like 1 month, to actually start feeling the difference. But I think that it's more than just 30 days. And yeah, I feel like it's just like maybe a couple of months. But I'm just like being so honest, and I'm just like telling you like the truth, because you're not gonna like experience drastic change in like a week or like 2 weeks. It's like hard to like hear this truth, but like at least I'm not lying to you, and at least I'm like not telling you oh my gosh, you're gonna just see the results in one day and you're just gonna be, I don't know, a pro in everything you're doing in your language. Like, I'm not telling you that because that's not true. That's not how our brain works, okay? So I think that's always better to tell the truth and be honest. So yeah, I think 30 days is enough to you to actually start, maybe be more in control of what you're doing, you know, because you kind of just substitute your one habit, you know, like when you're translating the whole thing, and with another habit that you're just making yourself fully immersed in this target language, and you're just actually having fun and not translating the words or grammar. That's even worse. When you're translating grammar, what are you doing? Honestly, what are you doing? I'm just like being so harsh, but no, this is like not gonna work. Now, another thing that you can do is learn new words and attach to them emotionally. Not emotionally attached to it. You just like don't care. You're just, yeah, you know this word, but you're just like, sometimes you forget it, you know, sometimes you forget the meaning, and sometimes you're just like, oh, you know, your brain is just like, I don't care, I'm gonna just translate it, I don't care, you know, I don't want to think about it, you know. But if you try and just like make it your own life, like make it relevant to your life, you know, make it like just like attached to your life, if that makes sense, you know. And make sure that you, when you're learning the first word, not the first word, but like the new word, make sure that you make no less than 5 sentences. Like at least 5 sentences, it's just like a must if you're learning new vocabulary and you really don't want to like forget it. And make sure that you don't like just repeat this like five times, I don't know, and just like forget it. No, actually you have to like do it like maybe over 2 days, maybe over 3 days, like just like come back to this word every 3 days, you know, maybe in your class or just whatever, you just go and, you know, actually learn the words and make sure that you use them. Now, another thing that you can do is to watch videos or movies without subtitles. Like, don't ever use subtitles on your own language, or maybe even on the target language. Make sure that you're just engaged, you know, you're like immersed in what you're watching right now. Like, you shouldn't care about words. I don't know, like literally no one cares about it. Like, no one's talking about it for some reason. Like, you shouldn't be like just like obsessed with like words and like, oh my goodness, if I'm gonna just miss this word, the world gonna like explode or something. Like, nothing gonna happen. Relax and like chill, you know. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't get like one word or another. No one gonna die. So yeah, make sure that you're just caring about just like the meaning. Kind of remember this like image that you saw on the video or the movie and how you felt, you know. It's not about how you like, whether it's right or wrong, like you know, I mean the way you like writing, you know, the spelling. See, I forgot the word. So it's not about the spelling at all. It's not about how the word look. It doesn't matter, because children don't learn this way. For example, they just hear the word and they attach it to their lives, and that's it. They just start using it. They don't care about how to spell a word. No one cares about it. Why? Because they're just children and they're just learning a new language. Just like you. Imagine that you're a child, maybe. I don't know. Now, the last thing that I think is essential, and everyone should know it, and this is using the dictionary without translation. English to English. I don't know if you're learning Spanish to Spanish. It doesn't matter. As long as like it's the explanation or in the language that you're learning. So you want to make sure that you're actually thinking on your target language, because if it's just translation, you're not really thinking through, you're not really comprehending that. You're just kind of, okay, that's what it is, you know, and remember we were talking about the emotional impact and how to learn the words. So you're not immersing yourself and you just don't care about this word, if that makes sense. You just, whatever, you know, you're just, yeah, you know that this word exists, but you kind of just like, you don't care, you don't build this like emotional attachment to your second language or your target language that you're learning. And when you read the definition, the explanation in the dictionary in this actual language, when you're learning one word, you're just having the definition as well, and there are some words that you want to learn, and sometimes it's just like I just go into this like loop and like I can't get out of it because it's so fascinating, because I want to know more words and more words. And yeah, I think that was it pretty much. Yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. So yeah, that was it for today's video, and I am gonna see you in the next video really soon. And yeah, goodbye.